Palantir just installed a nicotine vending machine at their headquarters for their coders to hit. And before you say that's insane or just the last gasp of late-stage capitalism, there's a more interesting story here than you'd think. Our buddy Andrew Huberman hipped me to this nearly a decade ago. He said that nicotine binds to your acetylcholine receptors, and that's the system that governs focus and neuroplasticity, sustains attention, sharper working memory, faster processing, less cognitive fatigue, and bizarrely, it's also inversely correlated with both Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, which means it's neuroprotective. So on paper, it's one of the most effective cognitive enhancers we know about. So why aren't we all using it? And that's kind of simple, because the addiction profile is brutal, as bad as heroin, and the delivery systems are toxic. Plus, there's something else that the biohackers these days aren't telling you about, and it comes down to the botany of desire. Michael Pollan asked this question: are you using the plant, or is it using you? And whether that's poppies, cannabis, or coffee, or tobacco too. Because nicotine evolved as a pesticide. It kills insects, and at sublethal doses in humans, it hijacks our dopamine and acetylcholine and makes you want more. And in that wanting more, we've propagated the plant all around the world. None of this is new. There have been 3 distinct eras of nicotine use through human history, and we're living in the 3rd one. Just got into it right now. Era 1, 5,000 years of ceremonial use by indigenous cultures all the way across the Americas. It was intentional, it was ritualized, controlled doses, and way stronger than anything we use today. Nicotiana rustica, the shamanic strain, runs 15 times the potency of modern tobacco. Era 2, tobacco hits Europe in the 1590s and onwards, and within a generation, it's everywhere. Newton smoked, Bacon was chiefing it constantly. The Virginia Company was basically a nicotine delivery operation with a transatlantic colonial charter. The entire Enlightenment, scientific revolution, early capitalism, all of it ran on the pipe. Europeans stripped out every ritual container the plant came with, industrialized it, and eventually created one of the deadliest public health crises in history. Even King James I railed against it in 1604, calling it the smoke from the pit of hell itself. But that didn't stop him from making a fortune from the Jamestown tobacco trade. So era 3, that's where we are right now. And after a brief prohibition, we figured out a new delivery system, like vapes and pouches. Same molecule, but reskinned in the language of our age. Biohacks, neurochemistry, peak performance. Dave Asprey's invested in Lucy. Tucker Carlson co-owns Alp. Joe Rogan and Rick Rubin back athletic nicotine. Different era than King James and the Virginia Company. Different delivery system, but the same plant running the same play. And that's the thing that the podcasters and wellness influencers aren't talking about. We're not the first people to figure out nicotine makes you think better. We're just the latest. Every era that built something, from the transatlantic trades to factories to websites, had its nicotine ritual. Pipes to papers, vapes to pouches. So if you're sucking on those patches or pouches right now, optimizing your deep work session in the name of the latest science, ask yourself, do you have the plant, or does the plant have you? Because the neuroscience is real, but the history is real, and so is the hook, and that's not just blowing smoke.